Hello, my name is Daniel Scuria-Herman, and today I'll be speaking on the topic of being wrong. Now, a lot of the ideas that I have for videos are more like general concepts and aren't as topical as award shows or the Space Force. But this is more for me to get my thoughts out. Anyway, so why would I want to talk about being wrong? Well, people look at it a little too harshly, in my opinion. While yes, you should strive to be right, there's a lot of merit to being wrong. It's corny to say that it's a learning moment, but truly it is. You'll gain vastly more from being wrong than being right. Think of it this way: if you were right, then great, you've succeeded at that one thing. However, that provides no further insight into that thing. If you fail, then you'll learn, hopefully, the errors you made in trying to accomplish your goal, and can work to be better in that regard in following instances. For every video I've edited well, I had to mess up on learning how to do specific cuts or effects or what have you to get to the point where I know for sure how to do it. Next up, I'm trying to do J-cuts, so we'll see how that turns out. Maybe I'll start on that in this video. But for every video I've edited well, there's been the ones that haven't gone well, that allowed me to learn which platforms or tools I should use and which ones would corrupt my footage and send me back weeks. And I'm wrong a lot. I stumble through a lot of things, but with every misstep, I am able to inch my footing in the right direction just a little more. In fact, when I was starting out, it really felt like I knew nothing, just at all. But I've started to get the hang of this. Doesn't change my frequency of being wrong though. Like in the last video I uploaded to this channel. And then Baby Ruby's only two. It's introducing Ruby as this member of the extended family because it's talking about extended fam. And then a couple cousins, uncles, aunts, mostly grown-ups, couple brats. And then it says Baby Ruby. And especially the emphasis on baby. Because I don't even think that 2 in dog years is like a baby. That's like 14, I think, in dog years. Now, my excuse for this at the time of recording, and I stand by it, is that I was tired. But even taking that into account, I was still wrong no matter what. And yes, being wrong is embarrassing, especially when I acknowledge that immediately and still upload the video. But again, it was a learning experience. First, I learned something minor about this song, and that'll stick with me just because of the situation I found myself in when I was wrong. But the second thing I learned, which was more valuable, was to not make assumptions with these lyrics, especially since my collecting audience seems to like it when I make videos on music, so I would need to have more skills in that department. My first instinct was that Ruby was a person, but I ignored that for what I perceived to be right. That she was the dog, which was obviously wrong, and there you go. Now I learn. Now, there's more than just that perception of being wrong. You can look at this from a literary perspective, to which end I'd also offer that you should let your characters be wrong. Just as counterintuitive as letting yourself be wrong may seem, this may seem even more off base. Why would I want a person I'm reading about to err so much? Well, simply put, as I said in the Hero's Journey video, or going back a ways, the Gilgamesh video, the goal here is to write humanity. And again, not even if you're writing humans, because a lot of the time, even I don't write humans. I've been on a sci-fi alien kick recently. And humans, well, we're wrong. Publicly, a lot of the time. Most of the time, our shortcomings are mocked online. But we're even wrong on smaller scales, away from online or global spotlights. Our perceptions, our actions, our feelings, sometimes they're just incorrect. And to write a person who never errs in any of these is a shortcoming as a writer. The rest of this is excerpts from an essay I wrote about this subject a year or two ago that I think connects very directly to the subject of this video. Characters are complicated creatures, and it's often overlooked how these complications can make a story by, on paper, making it worse. Diversions from the plot and incorrect assessments of situations make characters more well-rounded and lead to a creation of a fuller world and interesting ethics. What better way is there to get inside a character's head than to embody their personal biases? A character isn't always going to notice the important things and even then can misinterpret them. To bar the reader from sharing these moments is to prevent a powerful empathetic connection to the character. The narrator needs to look at other people the same way the main character does, because if it differs, the reader will have a harder time understanding their point of view. This style of unreliable narration doesn't just allow the reader to connect with the main character, it also creates opportunity for further development with side characters. In a similar vein to narration, characters divulging information should not retell it accurately. Memory is a fickle thing, and having an account be unreliable is how you can represent that and bring realism into the fold. In addition to that, it's an easy way to build tension when you get two characters who witness something occur. Because of their different perspectives, remember it unfolding differently. All this boils down to the central idea of well-written characterization. If you are able to fully understand a character's moral assessment of the world, then you can create conflicts in which these differing moralities cause struggles, even with characters working towards a common goal. Essentially, you need to let your character be wrong. A side character who only cares about his daughter will make a morally incorrect choice that hinders the main character's progress to their goal if it helps his daughter. This isn't simply a character being wrong, it's complex levels of characterization and contrasting morality. All told, the literary value that I hold above all else is letting your character be wrong, even if it's not convenient for the plot. It's important to let your story spin out naturally, because most readers will be able to tell when something is contrived. Let your characters miss things, make wrong assumptions, and disagree. Let them be human. I do like the last line of that essay. I strongly dislike essays and dislike the ones I write, but I think that the point gets across effectively enough. How about you, dear viewer? What do you think? Do you think being wrong is a necessary evil or in fact a boon? Let me know down below, and until next time, adieu.